DaviePHD's Jargon Busters, Episode 9, Wednesday the 2nd of December 2020. If you watch the news, it's full of political jargon you may not fully understand. But what do all these terms actually mean? In these videos I'm going to bust the jargon, and I'll explain these terms and words that we all get. Well, this week I've been asked to explain the term filibuster. Now, a filibuster is a political procedure where one or more members of a parliamentary body deliberately waste time whilst debating a proposed piece of legislation, so as to delay or, in some extreme cases, entirely prevent a decision being made on a proposal. It is sometimes referred to as talking a bill to death or talking out a bill, and is characterised as a form of obstruction in a legislature or other decision-making body. When a bill comes before the UK Parliament, it's given parliamentary time by the Speaker, perhaps as little as an hour, a whole day's sitting, or longer if required. When someone speaking is either presenting the bill or proposing amendments to it, they have the floor, so they can speak for as long as they like, as long as they remain on topic. The longer they take to explain their points, the less time the opposing side gets to take part in the debate. It is difficult to filibuster on your own, so the filibusterer generally needs some help. Once you're the one speaking, you don't have to stop, but it is considered good parliamentary etiquette to give way when another member asks to intervene. So, short answers. It is good filibuster preparation to anticipate interventions from your opponents and have short, sharp answers which fully address their questions. Long answers. The flip side to that is that you can plant very long-winded questions with very long-winded answers with your own allies, and you can rehearse these before the debate. Titles. The quickest way to refer to Boris Johnson in Westminster is Prime Minister. But if you were a Conservative, you could also refer to him as my friend, the Right Honourable and Learned Member for Uxbridge and South Ruislip, and that obviously takes longer. Distress signals. MPs are human. Yes, even Conservative ones are human. We all need, from time to time, to answer the call of nature when it's most inconvenient. Now, number twos can be offset or delayed by dosing up the filibusterer with Imodium, but this won't stop number ones. Hence, you need to plant at least one extraordinarily long intervention with one of your colleagues, and have an agreed distress signal should you need to go, as there is no parliamentary rule which states you have to be present whilst they speak, so that gives you time to go to the bathroom and get back. Armed with all of these tactics, you are ready to perform your filibuster. A well-executed filibuster can waste time, restricting the opportunity for your opponents to make their arguments, present their case, and, crucially, persuade undecided members to back their position. So in a tight vote, it can make the crucial difference. And, as a lot of parliamentary proceedings are televised these days, it reduces your opponent's exposure to the public. In other legislatures, with different systems, a filibuster can even prevent the vote altogether. Thankfully, none of those are any of the UK parliaments. Some notable filibusterers are, well, in a debate on leaving the EU on the 6th of February 2017, some SNP members were prevented from speaking by the Conservatives filibustering. So the very next day, the 7th of February 2017, 3 hours were set aside by the Speaker for the debate to continue. SNP Member of Parliament, Patrick Grady, spoke for 58 minutes of those 3 hours. He didn't speak for 58 minutes straight, but took short points from many SNP members and some other parties. That is an unusually long time, and it was filibustering, or deliberately wasting time. Grady said afterwards that it was in direct response to some of his SNP colleagues being unable to speak in the debate the night before. On the 8th of February, during PMQs, Grady asked the Prime Minister, Theresa May, "Does the Prime Minister agree that in the 21st century the rules should not enable any member to speak for 58 minutes in a 3-hour debate?" And her response was, "I have to say I find it rather curious question from the Honourable Gentleman. Last night, as it happens, I was out of the House between the two votes. I switched on the BBC Parliamentary channel and I saw the Honourable Gentleman speaking. I turned over to something else. I switched back to the Parliament channel. I saw the Honourable Gentleman was still speaking." Labour MP Andrew Dismore talked, or filibustered, for 3 hours and 17 minutes in Westminster in 2005. But the world champion is Senator Strom Thurmond. His unsuccessful filibuster of the Civil Rights Act of 1957 lasted 24 hours and 18 minutes in the US Senate. So, can't it be stopped? Well, if the chair or speaker thinks an MP is straying off topic or simply repeating themselves, they can cut them off. But the power is rarely used. A Commons committee has recommended recently that the system is changed to stop filibustering. At the moment, filibustering isn't likely, as unfortunately the UK government has such a commanding majority that they can just generally flex that muscle and win any vote they want to. Also, filibustering isn't possible at Holyrood as members' interventions have time limits. Folks, that's it for the filibuster. If there's any other political jargon driving you nuts, let me know and I'll bust it for you. Otherwise, I'd ask you all to comment on the Facebook page, play nicely. Unionists are welcome here, as are their dissenting opinions. As long as they play nicely too. DaviePHD.